Friday, Friday. No, I'm not gonna sing that fucking song because the woman who sang it needs to be hit in the head with a coconut. It is the Dear UG here
She
once
made a
again.
sequel song.
I did not know she made a sequel song.
It's called Saturday.
And this is why
I
people
haven't
need
listened to it, but I know it exists, and yeah.
This is why people drink alcohol and do drugs. It is the Dear UG here once again, and we are back to Prototype, trying to save New York from the SummerSlam heat. Of course, with me in the chat party tonight, I have the myth, the legend. He's a ninja who can control fire. It's Fire Ninja, aka Chimera Gaming, who, to his credit, kind of gave me the idea for the title for this one, since he is having some heartburn. Guess what food?
Might not be heartburn, it just might be
Might be your brain telling you to go to sleep because your family won't let you sleep. Particularly, it's mostly the little ones.
No, it might be for the fact that it's like I went to burp, but it stopped.
No, that's always fun.
So it stayed in.
Ooh.
Yeah. So it might have been that. Either way.
Could have been. And also in the chat party with us, I don't know if he's currently able to hear us right now because he's playing WWE, but he's everyone's favorite Canadian. No, it's not Lance Storm, it's Heartless. He's probably booking a better Extreme Rules than what WWE has. And when we last left off, we were flinging bodies off buildings because why? Because I'm insane. Let's continue the murdering spree in New York City, shall we? Whee! It'd be a good idea if I could remember the controls. There we go. Whee! Ooh, whoa crap, I'm going to a military base. Whee! I believe I can fly. Woo! I dream about it every night and day. Fire Ninja's gonna shoot a rocket in my ass.
Target has escaped. Repeat, target has escaped.
Right when I say that, they're saying the target has escaped. Do not shoot the rockets.
Shoot the rockets.
Kill the innocent people. Fuck it.
Yes. Now you understand. Kill the innocents. All will die.
And I'm okay with that. In the meantime, come with me. I'm taking you up here to either consume your body and soul, stick a tentacle up your butt, or I'm gonna throw you off the cliff. What choice do you make? You know what? We'll let Fire Ninja decide. What should I do to this body?
Wait, what can you do?
I can either consume it and become it, or I can throw it off a building.
Throw it off a building.
Whee! Let's see if we can catch up with it. Nope, we lost track of it. That's one thing I like about the ragdoll physics in this game. You can... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And there's Heartless, acting as Roddy Piper, and we found somebody we have to consume because he's got special information for us.
Yeah. Special information? What kind of special information?
Probably what happened to me as a child.
Oh, I don't have any information on that. All I know is they abducted you and took you into the white room. Not the red room, because only cool people go to the red room. You went to the white room.
As of today, we are fully under control of 1st Biological Warfare Command out of Fort Detrick. They're calling the shots on us.
I'm okay with
I don't
that.
want any fucking lip.
It makes for entertaining videos. Just watching Doug get beat.
How's it going, Doug?
That's Dollhouse, which is not... Oh, we got another target to consume. I'm doing good. I was playing some WWE Raw vs. SmackDown 2006 earlier today, and I realized something. That's one of
Some
the
of the controls were way better in those games.
In those games, yes, but it also brought something to my attention. It's the last WWE game that has Eddie Guerrero's heel theme song. Back when he was doing Can You Feel the
What's the
Heat
situation with Mercer?
heel gimmick.
The subject is wanted in connection with treasonous
Yeah,
activities
the ones
against the
people
United
forget about,
States
because
and our
pretty much
allies.
after he died, they got rid of that. They
Last
didn't
night,
even
Alex
have that
Mercer is the
theme on any of the other
#1
games. He's
terrorist
got his
threat in the
face
United
theme.
States.
Yeah, the Latino Heat was probably better. The Lie, Cheat, and Steal was only good when him and Chavo were together. I'm sorry.
I agree. I'm not gonna argue that. I prefer that theme when he was with Chavo.
And to be honest, I'm probably one of the only people who feel this way, but when they wanted to pay homage to Eddie, they should not have put the title on Ray.
They
It
should
should
have
have
put it
been
on Chavo.
Chavo who... Yes.
I mean, I know why they chose Ray, because of the fact that he's... How can I say
It
this?
was a marketing ploy.
Marketing
They
ploy, yeah,
sold
pretty
a lot
much.
of masks. That's why.
He's the most popular
Luchador, quote unquote luchador. I was never a big Ray fan. The only thing that I ever liked about Ray's run in WWE was his previous entrance. Like when he first started, he did that jump. It was like, oh, that's cool. He pops out of the ramp. That's pretty cool. And then he got his knee screwed up, and he's like, I'm just gonna come out and go booyaka booyaka. And they're like, oh my god, you changed the music. No.
Oh god, no, why'd you do this to us?
Yeah.
The horror.
It was kind of like when Kofi, I didn't mind Kofi in the beginning. Kofi, I didn't mind him in the beginning, and then all of a sudden he started doing the boom drop. He went, boom, boom drop. I'm like, oh god.
I think I remember why I hated this.
Or when he used to clap his hands before the Trouble in Paradise, he would be like, clap, 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 Trouble in Paradise. I'm like, oh god, you're so bad. But I can say that and still support people like Hogan going, you know, come on, everybody, you're telling me, you're telling me Fire Ninja, if Hogan, if you were in a match, let's say you have been wrestling for years, and you finally got to work on a house show against Hogan, you're telling me you wouldn't mark out when Hogan did the you at you? Come on.
Well, I mean, if you were in a match against him, you would have to kind of...
Well, you'd have to job, obviously, but...
Well, no, you would also have to remain calm. It's not like something where you can just...
No, but like, you know, there's some things you can get over, but like, I honestly would die watching. I honestly would die. Him pointing the finger at me, I would just drop down, lay down, and be like, oh, it's a finger poker dude. It's just like you, and I'm
Come on, how does that death? Now I remember I
You
hated
just
this
do
particular
like...
event.
You do one of those dramatic death scenes.
You just drop dead. And then all of a sudden he goes to pin me, and I roll him up in a small package, and I win, and like, yeah, fuck you. Like, you know.
You're just playing possum.
And that was one thing I loved about Eddie, because Eddie...
You have like your eyes open, your tongue sticking out.
dead
on the ground.
Turning to Georgiana Masteel laying down on the mat. But that was one thing I loved about Eddie. Like, he always came up with these really creative ways to win. Like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, he would lay down after giving someone a chair. Oh, you hit him with the chair. Or he would, or Angle, when Angle tried to put him in the ankle lock, he loosened his boot, and the boot came off, and he rolled him up, and was like, genius. Because when I'm watching him, going, why is he loosening his boot? And then I'm like, it didn't connect, and then I'm like, oh, I see what he's gonna do. And then, yeah.
Target sighted. Give it all you got.
But there were some moments growing up that in wrestling that were really entertaining, like Goldberg's knocking himself out with the spear on Bret Hart's
I thought you were going to say the
metal peg.
when he knocked himself out against Chronic.
Against Chronic? No, I don't remember that one.
Yeah, it was at Halloween Havoc 2000. It's probably why. What happened was he's running. It's actually the same thing he did against the Undertaker. He ran into the goalpost.
Fucking. So we got Brock Lesnar, whose weakness is steel steps, and we got Goldberg, whose weakness is ring posts.
Pretty much.
Oh. And that always killed me was that one year they did tables, ladders, and stairs, and Brock didn't have a stairs match.
Subsystems down. We're still operational.
Oh, and Cena's weakness is cables. That's the other one.
Well, of course it is.
Shoot him in the dick.
Oh, that's right. I wanted to do... No, I don't want to create a wrestler. I want to do entrances. So, what did I say when what did I send you?
Hang in, we still got enough to take it. Arm all missiles. Check optical for targets.
The placement things, what did I say? One was Harper, and one was... here it is. Cesaro's new theme. Which is so dumb. I don't know why they gave him a generic theme song.
Because they hate us. God damn, how many fucking rockets do people need?
A lot of rockets.
What the fuck, game? Alright, I gotta find people to eat.
Why would you give him the remix of Sheamus for his single entrances?
I have no idea.
sense.
For what?
For Cesaro, his default single entrance is the remix.
Yeah.
Because that makes total fucking sense.
So is Sheamus's.
Oh, because they don't have the individuals. That is so dumb.
It is.
Finally,
That's why I was trying to figure out which, since I did do the Cesaro fix with the Legends one, but I was trying to find one that would work for Sheamus.
Alright, so let's see, what do we got left to do before we continue with the story?
Or you could just do the bar one for Sheamus and then give a different one for Cesaro if you really had to.
That one?
Is there no video for Sheamus either?
No, I made my own. Or for Sheamus, I made
Taste the meat, not the heat.
I just cut that part out, but you know, with arenas, that doesn't work at all.
Alright, so we got a health boost equipped.
You might be able to re-loop the first part.
Yeah, that's what I did, but it doesn't, since when you
Doesn't
make...
just work?
No, when you make a movie, like, for it, it doesn't work because it makes it like the smaller version.
Oh, there's 3 entrances for Cesaro. Let's see what we got here.
Alright, so I can't get
I gotta
any
find
now,
something that would work for...
We're not gonna do the story mission yet. We're gonna have fun and just jump around and kill random people. Because it's New York City. Who cares?
Go with the second one. Music is Cesaro, but no.
Alright, time to go kidnap this body and consume it on top of the building. Give me your soul. Wait, that's the wrong video game franchise. Quick. What's this? Get the glowing blue thing. Get the... Okay, what the heck? Go the other way, you stupid idiot.
Shit, it says Cesaro, but it goes into the bar. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Oh, okay. Well, where's that generic one? It's
Landmark
Legend
collected.
3.
The landmark collected. And I think we just got a, yep, we got a hint. So, yay. Hit 40 out of 50. And yes, you do have to collect all the hints, because there's a trophy for that.
Kinda works for that.
Doug just wants to jump around and get down.
I'm using the War Raiders, run away.
Once again.
Jump off a bridge.
Hello.
Nah, I don't want to jump off a bridge. That would
Why
hurt
not?
me.
It's fun.
Because my character can't swim.
Hello.
Why?
I don't know. Don't look at me. Ask the developers of this game.
What happened? The developers made you jump off a bridge? What?
No, the developing team, the main character can't swim.
Yes,
What game?
they made him
Prototype.
jump off the bridge.
Yeah, that's because it was based off of the Spider-Man game. I told you.
Yeah, I knew that. Granted, back then I always said it was the
hold on,
Luffy
I'll be right
effect.
I wish you could download videos. make life easier, but of course not. No.
Let's blow everything up. If I was playing a female character, this would be Tank Girl the movie.
Alright, now I gotta change Harper's motion. God damn.
Yeah, I gotta do Sheamus or Cesaro's Titan Shaman.
Hall of Fame Celebrity Ring #1. Oh, that's no, we're not gonna give him Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator. No, we're not gonna give him that entrance.
Yes! Do it! It's perfect!
No.
It's perfect!
No. Yeah, it doesn't work. Have him come in on a motorbike too. No, it doesn't work either.
Of course it does.
Innovative Dragon. What's an innovative dragon?
I gotta keep the vehicle healthy too. Oh shit.
Intellectual, what? Innovative Dragon. What is that?
I'm not doing good on a lot of these events today.
Pretty generic so far. This might work. This might work for Harper.
Perfect. Cesaro is done. Just take the less than 15-second clip, or take that 5-second clip.
I should probably just keep driving straight until I either die or...
Perfect, Cesaro.
That works for that. Music, I gotta go with... What did I say for Harper?
Western 3, which is the theme I usually use for my character.
I got the bronze.
Oh. Harper and Harper.
The law says Harper and Harper.
And Harper. And Harper.
There's no individual Harper theme like last year's.
I wish they would have kept the one they uses, the Swampcast one. Since they have the 2014 version, but no, they couldn't get them separate themes. Yeah, you have two versions of the game theme. No, that's the Y family.
Oh, there's just
they have the
21st.
Yeah.
There's no break off one.
Nope. Stupid.
And this is why you don't give me a tank, because I'll just blow up everything and run everything over.
No, I'm not gonna give him Vader's video. WWE image. I could put main event.
But what motion should he have?
Who? Harper?
Harper, yeah.
I went with Innovative Dragon. The only part that's bad with that is like when he gets in the ring he bows. That's like the only thing. But everything else is pretty generic.
Alright, I found a body I need to go get now. Get the hell back here, you bitch.
That.
Yeah, but you don't know what it's gonna be like. You don't know if it's gonna be good. You don't.
Fuck you, that's not... There's the body
I'll give... The video for Harper, you just give him the Ascension.
I'm going to consume you, baby. And I'm going to learn all your secrets.
Stop consuming
Does it work?
Doug. What, the Ascension? It's all red, so it kind of works.
We have confirmation of the agent 2 sampling stations.
Well, I only use this default gear.
Right? I don't have his updated one, right? So...
Oh, DX is here.
10 hours, an outbreak is likely to appear. It is vital that fast action teams are on site within minutes of the first confirmation. We're here to make certain what happened in 1969 never happens again.
Yeah, everything Ascension works. As for motion, I think the Innovative Dragon works. Intellectual, Intellectual idol, I think, is just basically Damien Sandow's. I'd have to look, but I think it is.
Yeah, that would
So what is
that would
left?
probably be it.
Dismemberment.
Yeah.
And...
International sensation. What about the other Sin Cara?
Alright, since we're already near the military base, let's just do this one. Time to go into a military base and steal all its
Maybe?
secrets.
No, he's playing a guitar.
Oh, it's Man Mountain Rock.
Oh,
Someone else who played a guitar. I don't know.
Honky Tonk Man?
Maybe it's Honky Tonk, but yeah,
The
that's
only ones
probably
I
who
can
it
think
is.
of is Honky Tonk Man, New Jack, Double J, Jeff Jarrett.
No,
Wait a minute.
no, none of those guys.
Screw that dead body.
Maybe
I found a
Jake
different body to
Robbins might
kidnap.
work for Harper. Promotion.
Where the hell is he? Give me your identity.
Still mobile, still in this. Over.
It's like any time it says consume this motherfucker to learn secrets of your past. I have to consume
The
them.
Army built a
I have to eat them.
They told people to test a self-sufficient base.
And Brad, I hope you remember to leave a like.
They filled the town
when
with
you were
a
commenting.
cross-section of ethnicities.
No,
Army
Jake Robbins doesn't work because he brings down
They
the
told them
snake.
it was first. They told them
that makes
That don't
perfect
work.
sense.
and then something happened
And,
that was
Oh, I guess because he had the Outback Jack type of gimmick. I guess that kind of worked. Maybe Jim Neidhart might have worked better.
And I will say, everyone's going to want to watch the Human Fall Flat stream that happens in a little bit because I will be giving away a movie.
What? You're giving away a movie?
I did not kill them! What the hell?
Yes,
Stop
you
killing the
did.
children.
No, the game made the... I threw the body forward and then the body just flung backwards.
Clear shot to suspect. Understood.
What the hell, game?
Stop killing the children, Doug.
Hopefully he comes back later so I'm screwed on the event. That's the one thing I didn't like about the one on... in PS3. Sometimes the game would kill the person you're supposed to consume either by your stupidity or by the game's stupidity. I think in the PS3 version there was one, I'm running after him and a tank just runs him over. A tank. And it says, well, it's your fault he died, so I'm like, I couldn't predict a tank running him over.
Of course you could.
I could do King of the Cruisers. That might work. For Harper. He really didn't do any poses. He just walked out to the ring looking at the camera.
Reach a scientist team within the time limit. Consume at least one scientist killed offenders for bonus awards.
Anyone see it? Anyone goddamn see it?
So I gotta get to the science building.
Yeah, King of the Cruisers works perfect. That just works.
Which one?
King of the Cruisers 1 works perfectly.
Does it really?
Yeah, it works perfect. Gives him that menacing, evil look. As for Babyface Run, well, you're shit out of luck, my friend.
Which is
This
Neville's.
briefing is Class A1.
Yeah, that's what King of the
Emergency
Cruiserweights is,
Prosecution
yeah.
Act
I know it
applies.
is.
This is the situation as we understand it.
The
virus is centering around structures in the city.
By the way,
we've
after I
designated
do the
hives.
human fall
The
flat stream,
infected
I will
gather
be eating
biological
dinner.
material at these strong points
Hot
for
dogs and
unknown
potato
reasons.
chips.
human flat screen, is that what you just said?
Human fall flat.
What we do know is this. The integrity
One of the
building
games
is
me and
stronger,
Finance
but
usually
not
string
immune
together
to
when we
attack.
don't have enough people
A
for
sustained
game-based.
attack of sufficient force on the hive should destroy it.
And then I'll go on that stream. I'll be giving away the digital codes because my mom said that picked up 2 digital movies today. Cinderella on Blu-ray DVD combo pack with the digital code, and Cinderella 2 and 3. I don't really
And you're
use digital.
giving out the
Oh, the-
Cinderella movies?
Yes.
Okay then.
Well, I don't have any horror films right now in my hand.
I don't give away movies.
Well, I don't use digital codes. I don't really. I like to have all my movies on Blu-ray.
And a lot of the services are discontinuing their service now anyway. Now you can only watch your digital codes.
Codes if you already have them.
Field reporting negative contact.
No, like even codes you redeemed, you're not even able to access those anymore. Like the digital codes that are going forward are going to be
Subject
only
escaped
usable
at
on the
22:30
Google
hours
Play.
after murdering 3 personnel.
Oh, that's just stupid.
Shortly thereafter,
Makes
he
me
was
glad I
believed
don't
to
really.
kill
I
his
agree.
operative.
Makes me real glad
He
I
was
just
infected with a
owning the
variant of the
movies
black
on
light
physical.
virus, specifically DX1118.
I prefer to have
a
it
substance whose
physical,
effects
but
on the
if you
human
get a
body are
good deal on
poorly
the
understood
digital,
at
then
best.
I do
We
the
have no
digital.
clue what it is capable
Well, I'd
of.
have no way to watch them. That's the issue. It's like I don't really.
Well, if you have an iPhone, there's the Google Play app now.
I don't even think I even use Google Play.
I'm just saying, there's that.
Cause I
Trying to
mean,
look for a good tie-in for him now.
I mean, I know the only other thing I have, but no one's wanted it yet. Is the first
I told you
season of
Yeah.
Lost
go
in
with the
Space.
You say Lost in Space?
Yeah, season 1.
Mm. Oh, the remake or the
The original show.
I guess it could work for a placeholder.
Where did it work?
Did I just- do I
Oh,
do
that's
that
what I
again?
forgot. I forgot to fix Robert Roode's entrance.
Bobby Roode. Let's go
Hey,
kidnap that
Heartless,
poor
would you
kid.
be willing to trade anybody for,
Let's go kidnap that poor bastard who doesn't know he's
Kevin
about to be
Owens?
consumed.
Why? Why are you trying to raid my roster? I haven't even put on a show and you're trying to raid my roster.
I'm not trying to raid
He's
your
pulling an
roster.
egg.
Oh,
He's
goddamn it,
pulling
you're as bad as goddamn
Nothing. Her
what's
brain
his
was
name?
fried by
He's
the
pulling an
virus.
Eric Bischoff from WCW.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's pulling he's pulling an Eric.
Waiting for something.
When they were pretty much raping ECW in the 90s. Yeah, pretty much the 90s. I mean, I know Vince did it too, but I think people but then come to find out watching that Rise and Fall thing, like, oh, by the way, Paul Heyman was on the WWE payroll. I was like, what the fuck? Never knew that.
Am I the only one who thinks that Bobby Roode looks retarded with just the mustache?
Oh, he does.
Yeah,
He totally looks like a bad 80s porn star.
So,
yes, he does. Rick Rude
Oh,
can
I
pull
have
it off.
Bobby
I think
Roode.
they're trying to make him be like Rick Rude, but that ain't gonna
which
work.
one? I didn't know I got Bobby.
Sir, keep your eyes open. There's a runner on the loose. Move,
So,
move.
I didn't even remember getting Bobby Roode.
I knew you had Bobby. I think the only one I really wanted from your draft was Paige. I think that was the only one. And then I sent a whole bunch of
I don't have a view. Over.
useless equipment your way.
RC, we got
For a roll
Yeah.
of duct tape and a gym bag and some concession coupons to have at your arena during your shows. That's pretty much what I got for what I sent.
I just like the fact I'm breaking shit in front of the military and they're not giving a fuck. It's like you just killed 2 white people and 3 black people. We're not gonna shoot you at all.
Sir, we've got a priority situation in New York.
They really missed the boat with Roode and Gable, I gotta say.
Sir?
Get the old man on
They
the
could have been good.
I want 2 battalions ready to move from
I
Detroit.
know, but it
Full
could have
gear.
worked. Especially when Gable
But we
started
got one of
wearing
the best
robe.
things
I thought it was
ever.
hilarious.
What are you talking about? We got one of the best things ever.
What, the B team?
No. Bobby
Curtis, that-
Roode's robe going into the toilet.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was, to be honest, I thought he was legit going to say Curtis Axel and, oh god, what was his name? Not Bo Dallas, but the other time he had tag team gold. David Otunga.
God, no.
No, nobody liked the Tunga.
Before I forget, I do have to give one special shout out real quick to somebody, Al I cannot remember his last name, unfortunately, and I do apologize for that, but he messaged me on Facebook something that was stolen from me at Too Many Games, which was a painting of Tofu from Resident Evil 2. He actually was the one who found it, and he's mailing it to me, and it should be here tomorrow. So thank you so much for that. As many of you guys know, I love collecting video game artwork. As anybody who's ever been in my man cave knows, I have a Splatterhouse painting hanging up in my man cave as well, with a few other video game paintings. And hello,
The
Miss.
dollhouse one.
So you're
Hello,
gonna say a
Lux.
few other dead bodies, I was gonna say.
Well, if you want to count
Yeah.
Kirby, because Kirby eats dead bodies, I hope you're having a good night, Lux. If you are, hopefully you leave a like button and enjoy the ride
best
of
kept
me killing
secret. Who
people.
the hell is the best kept secret supposed to be?
Why does that sound familiar?
Renee Young, because I
Can't
can't.
think.
I'm still shocked she wasn't fired the minute her husband appeared on AEW programming.
No, because they never do that. They never do that. What they do is they keep you employed and then make your career miserable. They
Oh,
don't
yeah,
fire
that does sound
you.
like
That's
WWE
how they
too.
do it.
Best kept secret.
That's why Brandy left before Cody did.
I would need
Yeah.
to see.
Guys
sure once
underneath the
Renee-
road.
Target exhibits
And
a
I'm sure once
classic
Renee
role
Young's
of
contract's
personality.
up, she's probably gonna leave.
Psychopathic disregard for others.
I think she signed for
narcissistic
20
worldview
years or
punctuated
something
by
like that.
self-obsessive
Ooh.
disorders.
It was like a long thing.
Okay. Now how about somebody repeat that in English?
Oh, is that? I don't know who the hell that is.
I would need to see it.
Oh, I don't know who the hell that is.
Event complete.
Hooker completed.
Yeah, pretty much.
Byron's finest. Is that like Sheamus's old entrance?
Sheamus. a
No,
real
I don't
man.
know what that is either. Battle Creek's finest. That's
I'll be
definitely Rob Van Dam.
But since we're
Yeah,
playing
that one
video games,
is
question
probably
of the
the-
Pretty
video.
fucking obvious.
We're actually gonna stick in the realm of wrestling. What is the one gimmick character? Let me
Alpha
repeat that.
Omega. Who's Alpha Omega?
Who is the one gimmick character in WWE, WCW, ECW, Impact, whichever, that you love but everybody else hates?
What gimmick that I love that everyone else hates?
Gimmick character, yeah. So in my book, it would be. Well, I can't say Glacier because I only know like one person who despises Glacier. Everybody else kind of loves him. But
A
in
lot
my
of people hate Glacier.
actually, I know a lot of people who love that gimmick
No.
on Facebook
Yeah,
and
no.
Twitter. So I can't say Glacier because then I have them saying, "Well, I like Glacier." So I'm actually going to go with, and this might shock a little bit of people to a degree. I'm actually going to go with Atom Bomb.
What gimmick did he have? He was just called Adam Bomb.
The gimmick
He
was,
didn't do anything special.
well, they had his eye color change and the radioactive gloves, but they never really went that far with it. But it has to be a gimmick that was bad. It cannot be one that everyone
There
else
wasn't
hates.
much there. Like he didn't even have a feud. Like
He did
like,
well. He had a
literally
feud.
just-
He had a feud with what's his freaking Savio Vega before.
Yokozuna was the last one I remember.
The last one I remember
In
him in was
WWE.
Mabel and Kinshi. But you could say Kinshi's probably one that would also be good for that list.
All read everything as Eva Marie. Eva Marie.
Yeah. I
Oh, there was
still
a gimmick
can't
that
think
was
of the best kept secret.
I'd say in WCW, I'd have to say the one gimmick I hated, but a lot of people enjoyed, was of course Team Canada. Excluding when Mike Awesome joined. Just Canadian heel Jim
Yeah,
Duggan.
that's
I
more
think
of
it was
a
like the,
faction, though. That's more of
Yeah,
a faction,
but
though,
even people-
than an actual gimmick.
right, well, everyone was acting Canadian. It's like the full-blooded Italians gimmick. Everybody becomes Italian, even if you're not Italian. I'm looking at you, Tracy Smothers.
Nobody's looking at Tracy Smothers.
I remember Tracy Smothers. But then
Yeah,
yet
but
again,
nobody's looking at him right now. I can tell you that right now. Nobody's looking at him.
his wife, his children.
Curtis, are you saying you don't want any luchadors besides your El Mago?
No, yeah, I'll send you Almaga if you want.
No,
him.
I don't want El
You
Mago. God, no.
No, I'm good. I'm good with the one jobber that's probably gonna go to 205. No, I'm good.
I don't want the homeless luchador.
As for gimmicks that I like, that people didn't like, probably I was a big fan of the original, and I say this wholeheartedly, before the Vince McMahon hand-printed corruption of the character was the original Mankind. A lot of people didn't like the brown look; they hated it.
I liked it.
I really
get what
liked
you're
it.
saying.
As for WCW, I really like. Well, I really. Kind of hard because it's not really. It's more of a faction I like, but in WCW gimmick, probably. That's rough. Probably the David Flair and Daphne gimmick. How they were just fucking crazy, but they were really shitty wrestlers.
Yeah,
like they were really bad. Like Daphne was the one with talent, but she never got to show it.
No, she did not. I don't. Did she ever win a women's championship? Because I know she won the cruiserweight title.
She never won a women's title because by the time they brought it back, no one gave a shit about women's wrestling.
Oh, that sucks.
And as for ECW, I was always a big fan of Nova. I love the character of, this is a wrestler who is basically create a character who, you know, he could do like a million different moves. He did almost everybody's finishing move. And he also came in every night in a different superhero costume, which got points. But a lot of people like that. But not many people liked his ring work. They always felt that he was, plus his entrance music sucked. I hate the Beastie Boys, but that's probably why a lot of people got turned off by him.
I'd say for me personally, if I had to go to ECW...
I forgot one more. I forgot. Simon Diamond was another one.
Oh yeah, Simon Diamond. That was a bad one, but it was.
Still better than Shane Douglas's fucking
Shane Douglas
t-shirt gimmick.
Yeah, I did anyone ever like Shane Douglas really? I had to say in ECW, I can't say Steven Richards because everyone loved him in the BWO, so I can't say him. Oh God, what was his name? Because every time I bring his name up, everybody just goes, who? Cheetah, something? Starts with a C.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
He was kind of like doing the Rico Suave,
Yeah. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce his name. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, every time I bring that up...
He was the cousin of Taz.
Thank you. Every time I bring that up in Facebook, they're just like, who? It's like, you call yourself ECW fans, but you don't even remember the Locon.
Yeah, he was a cousin of Taz, or gimmickly, he's a cousin of Taz. I don't know if... But he teamed up with Danny Doring a lot. Then he turned heel and he tagged with Just Incredible for a bit, and Incredible turned on him, and then he just floundered.
I gotta say,
But it's Chetty was his name.
Chetty, thank you. I always had a hard time pronouncing his last name. Speech problem. I would say going through the whole list of ECW World Champions before WWE had the ECW World title, I don't know who was worse, Just Incredible or Shane Douglas, because neither one set the world on fire.
Well, to be fair, Just Incredible, he had a very bad gimmick in WWE before he went to
the Portuguese Man of War.
He was the Portuguese Man of War, Aldo Montoya, which is not even a Portuguese name. Like, come on.
I actually had the action figure for that as a kid, and I always had him become Intercontinental Champion.
And as for Shane Douglas, he really just went for the paycheck. He didn't have any qualms about creative until like the second year he was there. That's when you saw his character and his ring work and what he really was. breaking people's balls and pissing people off.
Yeah, I even remember.
But Douglas was never good in the ring anyway. Douglas was a mid-carder at best that they elevated to a superstar because he had that semi-knownable name in NWA. That's the only reason they put the title.
Yeah.
And he had that beef with Flair. They used that as a catapult.
Which, let's be honest, Shane. I actually remember the feud with Shane Douglas and Ric Flair in WCW 2000. I'm like, Ric Flair's gonna make this guy look like a $50 million, and then the next night Shane Douglas is gonna look like a $1.99 steak. And lo and behold.
But let's be fair. Flair was never one of those guys who made his opponent look like $1 million. You had to work with Flair, and you had to give him his spots, and you had to make him look like a superstar. That's how Flair was. I'm sorry, everybody likes to say that Flair was of all time. No, he's just the only wrestler that's been on a lot of main events that's still alive. I'm sorry, he had a lot of great feuds, great build-ups, but the ring work, even watching old matches today is like really slow. It's like watching Baron Corbin now. That's just what Ric Flair's matches were, like Baron Corbin matches. Like, no excitement. Even when you had Sting in there, like, you'd hope. No. I'm sorry. You need to mix it up. Flair couldn't go. He couldn't give you a surprise. The only surprise Flair ever gave you was two. One, he would grab your nuts. Not that anybody ever wanted that by another man, but that he did that. And the other one was the low blow. He'd low blow you, roll you up. Oh my god, Flair just won the title. Holy shit. You know, I'm sorry. I never bought Flair as a credible star. I mean, I just can't. I can't give Flair that respect. I'm sorry. Especially when you hear about the stories and the shit that went on backstage before and after certain runs, like he did something worse than Warrior did. When Warrior was in the company in 1991 or was it 92?
That would have been
Warrior in a second. I'll get to Warrior story in a second. But when he came in with the NWA title, the WWE didn't want to do that. He wanted to do it to stick it to WCW. That's why they changed the title. And then when he went back, he gave him back the title.
If I recall, wasn't it because... And I remember some of the older NWA guys who've had that belt too said the same thing, that you would always have a deposit on the belt, and once you lost the belt or gave the belt back, you would get the money that you had deposited on it back. But from what I remember, that Jim Hood didn't want to do that. That's why Flair was keeping the belt. That Jim Hood didn't want to give Flair back the deposit money. Which, if that's the case, I can't... Jim Hood, the one who was running booking for WCW at the time. Because I remember...
Jim Hood who was running the booking at that time? I could have sworn it was somebody else. But
no, it was Jim Hood.
I don't know. I don't know about the deposit on that. I don't know about that detail, but what happened was the WWE didn't want to put it on TV. He's the one who wanted to put it on TV.
Well, that actually kind of worked for me. You know, I know Vince wouldn't want to admit it because it made people actually see that, hey, maybe Hulk Hogan's not the real world champion. Unfortunately.
Yeah, and then when he went back, they had the match. So who won out of that?
What, in WCW?
It did crazy numbers when Flair went back.
It did.
To face Hogan for the very first time, like.
Yeah, Bash at the Beach, Hogan won. Which I always disagreed with that.
Which is fine. To me, is fine. My gripes with Hogan's his '94 run. I think that was his '94 run. My problem with Hogan's '94 run was. I don't remember what year, but it might have been when he was in the NWO, when they did the stupid Dusty finish with Piper beating him for the title, and then they removed it from him winning the title. I hated that. Because of all people in the history, Piper deserved to win. And he deserved to win the title.
Yeah, I do remember that. I think it was a 90. I remember the big one in 97. No, it was 96.
I think it was 97, yeah.
No, it was
It was
96
one of
because
those years,
Sting
yeah.
and Hogan had Starrcade 97. 96, Piper beats Hogan by submission, but it was a non-title match. You know, in storyline, Piper was the one who got to make the contract and make it whatever kind of match it was, so it made Piper look like an idiot. And then 97, the first pay-per-view in 97, they had that rematch in the steel cage and had that clusterfuck finish where Randy Savage jumps off the cage and screws fucking Roddy Piper.
Yeah, but there was a lot of stupid, dusty booking in that company. But now for the Warrior thing, it was SummerSlam.
Yeah,
The
I remember that.
SummerSlam where
Him and Hogan were teaming up against
where
Reed and
British
Levy.
Bulldog and Bret Hart.
Oh,
I think it was
yes.
that one where Bret Hart faced
Bret Hart and
faced
Bulldog
Bulldog
for
in
the
the
IC
main event.
title.
So he held the WWE hostage to pay him a bonus for appearing on the show.
Strike on field, over.
So not only, I don't even remember if he was on if he even worked the show, to be honest. I couldn't even tell you if he did or didn't.
Who, Flair
But-
or Warrior?
Warrior.
Warrior, that was the SummerSlam in London, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, him and Savage had a
And
match.
then,
They were not the main event.
Yeah,
They were actually in the
I
middle of the
remember. They won by
card.
countout. That's right. They won by countout.
Because they were doing a
It
gimmick
was
where they didn't know
they
who
were
Flair
supposed to job. They were supposed to job, and Warrior was supposed to take the finish. So he said, "I'm not jobbing. I am not coming in." And apparently, it was supposed to be in the middle of the later to the middle of the card, and he didn't show up. He showed up late.
Yeah, and then of course the incident with Survivor
And then they
Series
made
that
it-
a
they-
few months later, it was supposed to be Savage and
Scrub the board.
Warrior versus
That's it.
Flair and
Copy.
Hall, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's a lot of cases like that. Warrior. But like,
Oh,
And-
let's talk about a great one. Where, you know, Warrior used his power in WCW with a tag team match with Sting and just sat on the
Sat on the.
side.
No
The
time
entire
for
match.
boys. Get on down
I'm
to
a
the
kidding.
final
You're
red
knocking
zone and
shit
clean up.
over. Oy. I know you. Every time I'm streaming, you want love. I don't get it.
he just sat on the ropes using his powers. That we just
He
did?
was he was
he pretty much
sitting
had Sting
on
do
the
all the
sideline. Yeah. Sting was the only one in the match, basically.
I'm not surprised.
Bulldog 7, back it up and sustain. Over.
Come on, when you got quality matches like that.
Watch yourself. Coming through. Over.
Title collector. Who the hell's title collector?
I don't know.
2 belts, Becky.
Give him some rounds.
No,
Becky
not
won belt.
Becky. Well, she might have no belts after tomorrow, after Sunday.
I swear, if they do that, I think that's
We'll,
that
we'll,
whole place is
we'll
gonna
see,
boom.
we'll see Baron Corbin have his very first Universal Champion, and then they can get it out of his goddamn. Vince can get out of his goddamn.
And then, if they do that, everyone's gonna actually be cheering Lesnar to cash in on him. That's the issue. Because no one I think.
Oh no, Lesnar's not gonna cash in on Corbin. He's gonna cash in on Kofi.
Well, if they do that, you're just asking everybody to be pissed off at the pay-per-view. But then again, it's
I'm fine with them. Honestly, I'm fine with them cashing in on Kofi because I'm kind of already. Kofi's already wearing thin on for me.
See, I don't want. I know why they want
I
Lesnar
think
to cash in on Kofi because of the fact of the moving to Fox, and Fox wants all this big rating crap. But I'm like, if you have him cash in on Kofi, instead of, I guarantee you, I know what most people are gonna say, and you know what they're gonna say because there's gonna be people like this on Twitter, on Facebook, and making YouTube videos about it, going, and of course Vince McMahon won't let a black man have a long reign with the heavyweight title. He's got to have a white man be champion.
Oh, but that's not my problem. My
Well, I
problem
know
is
that's not your problem, but you know
it's
that's
getting
where a lot of
stale.
people would go with it. I've said before, I
Well,
don't
but my
mind Lesnar, but the issue is going to be if he's champion, you already know he's not going to appear on SmackDown that much. So you're going to have to elevate the IC title or US title, whichever one's on SmackDown, which we know Vince ain't going to want to do anyway.
It's the IC title.
Okay, so that means who has it right now? Finn?
Yeah.
Okay, so Vince ain't going to do shit with it then because he doesn't like pushing anyone from NXT. Unfortunately. And if they do have Baron Corbin win it, I've already gone on record saying that would rank right up there with like Jinder Mahal winning the title. Two terrible decisions.